We're going to work the activity for Carter Company, and we're going to figure out the cost of the machine here, each of the 3 machines that were bought as a package deal. So when you buy a basket of assets for one price, it's also called a lump sum purchase, you spread the cost, and the cost was $200,000. You spread that cost based on the relative fair market value of the individual assets. And the relative fair value is not the same thing as the cost, because you got a bargain by buying all of the assets at the same time as a lump. So let's figure out how this works. So they give us the fair value of each of the 3 machines, and I've added them up to get the total fair value. And I'm going to get the relative fair market value, which is what percent is the 84 of the 250. And how do I get that? By taking the 84 and dividing it by the 250 and expressing it as a percent. Let's do the same thing for the next one. So each of them I divided by the 250, and this should add up to be 100 if you've done your math correctly. Now I'm going to multiply that percent, the relative fair market value, times the cost. What was the cost? The basket cost was $200,000. So machine 1 is going to get 33.6% of the cost. Machine 2 is going to get 42% of the cost. And machine 3 is going to be 24.4% of the cost. So let's do the math. So by multiplying it out, the 200,000 times the 0.336, I got the 67.2. So I got all 3 numbers, and to check to be sure I've done it correctly, I add the 3 numbers up and make sure that they come back to the cost of the basket. So these individual costs now would be used to record the asset, to debit the machine, and to credit cash, so that I could then begin depreciating each of the 3 assets based on whatever their relative useful life is.